Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance and for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go into what we were shipping out today on Tuesday. So there was like some cool stuff. I have like a weird setup right now, so I'm in like my listing station right now, but we're just going to jump into it. The first thing is a pack of 50 Mayday game sleeves. These are 87 millimeters by 112. So different board gamers want different types of sleeves because not every board game has standard size cards. This Mayday company makes premium card sleeves, so they're gonna be like your thicker sleeves. Think like the cards you're gonna put like your Pokemon or Magic the Gathering decks in, and then you get to shuffle them. Then they also have like a soft sleeves if you have some cards you want to sleeve in like where you don't shuffle the cards too much, but you still want to have them covered just in case you don't want them to get like finger dirt and stuff like that. So these are usually kind of hard to get because they go out of like print, and then this company kind of waits until a lot of their sleeve sizes go out of print, then they reprint them. I'm not sure where Mayday is right now, but this sold for $8.99 plus shipping. I'm always keeping an eye out for these like niche sleeves that I'm aware of. Because I've dealt with sleeving my own board games. I know people have very specific specifications for brands and like the micron size of these. It gets pretty deep, honestly, for sleeves. All right, next up is going to be something kind of interesting. This is usually something that like I have the thing, so I just list it. These are a lot of 40 little board game like cube pieces for whatever board game they go for. I don't know. And then there's this like little figure with his like arms stretched out. So yeah, like just wooden cubes and one wooden meeple. This ended up selling for $6.60. So nothing too crazy so far, but those are usually like extra bits and pieces from like when I get bulk buys. All right, next up is going to be a Star Wars book right here. We got a bunch of Choose Your Own Adventure books. They've been doing really well, a lot slower now that I've listed all of them for like a month or two ago. This one is the Star Wars one. This one, what is it? Hunt the Sun Runner. This is like a game book, so I think there's actually going to be like rules for like a little game in here, which is pretty cool. So it's like similar to a Choose Your Own Adventure, but like there's actually maybe like dice rolls or a character sheet that you can like write down on the side. They're a lot of fun. I've done a couple of not the Star Wars ones, but some fantasy ones. This sold for $11.24. So yeah, I love that lot. The Choose Your Own Adventure books was great. All right, moving along, we have like a town hall book for Ottawa, Illinois. So these things are like kind of pretty cool. I've learned from like other people that this type of ephemera is pretty good to look out for. This just I don't even know what year this is from. I probably could check out my listing, but 1991. There you go. I just saw my listing, but yeah, it's gonna have a bunch of information. This is like when you can like walk into a town hall and they have like a bunch of pamphlets and booklets. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is like from back in the day, so someone might want to look up to see what businesses were there, or how something looked, or maybe they were in the magazine. This sold for $16.50. This stuff's obviously going to be slower because you got to wait for the person to buy it, but I love listing that type of stuff, especially because it's from 1991. All right, next up is a really cool one. I was really excited for this because I was thinking about this for a bit. Like I was like, oh, I can't wait for that one to sell. I got this big 2-player battle box for the Hordes. The Horde starter set is their fantasy version. The War Machine stuff is going to be the steampunk punk stuff that you see us sell a bunch of. So yeah, this is a really cool starter set. It comes with the Troll Bloods and then the Scorn. I saw that this was a repeat buyer, and I was curious. I actually spent the time to look back to see what they bought before. So they bought some Troll Fens from us, the Fire characters unit, 3 unit box. And then in 2 years ago, 2022, 3 years, I guess at this point, they bought like an RPG book from us. They spent $84.37. That's actually pretty good for like this many miniatures and stuff. So they got a good deal. It's still plus shipping, but I'm excited that someone appreciates that. I actually like fantasy stuff more than steampunk, but the steampunk version of this game, the War Machine side, is like way more popular. So I'm still glad someone likes the like trolls and stuff like that. All right, moving along, we have another cool little thing, like a nerdy thing. This is going to be the Gloomhaven Warden figure. This is from a cool game called Jaws of the Lion Gloomhaven, so I can talk a little bit about it. So this is the character, the Void Warden in this box here is going to have her stat card, all of her little cards that she actually plays, action cards, I think they're called. It's been a little bit since I played Gloomhaven Frosthaven. And then here's her character, and then here's like a secret unlock that I won't talk about. This particular character, this is one of the few characters I haven't played, but I know she's going to be a ranged character. She has less health. She does like a lot of healing or buffs on your allies, but then they get like poisoned, which is like an obnoxious. That's like the plus side. So her numbers are higher for what she does, but then you have to figure out ways. She has some tools to deal with the poison, but your allies are also going to have to understand that you're going to be doing big effects, but they might take a little like like an issue with it at the same time. So really cool character. I like how like her art is. She sold for $11.70, so it's cool that like I had a Jaws of the Lion board game, which was incomplete. So I just separated all the pieces and stuff to part them out. This particular game is a prelude to Gloomhaven. It's supposed to be like an intro to Gloomhaven, but it came out and it was designed after Gloomhaven, so they got to like refine a lot of how like the cards work, how the rules work. So a lot of people like to start at Jaws of the Line or recommend it. I think you could do either Jaws of the Line or Gloomhaven as like your first Gloomhaven game. Then there's like Frosthaven. Then it gets kind of more complicated because there's like fan stuff. So I'll just move on for right there. $11.70. Really cool game. All right, next up is going to be a lot of 5 fantasy novels. This went to a repeat buyer. Or let me see, did I write it down as a fantasy novel? So I'll show you as I'm checking my listing. Yeah, but this is fantasy right here. I can't see my full listing. I have The Sword of the Maiden's Tears, Silent Hall right here, and then I have The Secrets of the Demon. So I pick like more of a darker fantasy, like the more supernatural type of look here. I try to make like good lots when I get a bunch of these books. I used to get a bunch of them. I still can get a bunch of books. I have a lot to list, so I haven't picked up any recently. This sold for $18. I do enjoy the books. I do making like an aesthetic little lot for someone. They might just be buying it for one book. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I like the little lot that I made. They might have fun. They might just want to like be. They might be bored or have extra time. And they just want to read a bunch of stuff to see if they like a series. All right. Next up is something I'm a little nervous about. This is Color Me Tees right here. This I think is from, let's see, 1990. So yeah, these are gonna be like white t-shirts, and then it has like these little markers that you can draw on the t-shirt, and then they wash in the washer, or if you hand wash them. I don't know how many t-shirts are in here, so yeah, we'll see if they understand that these markers are probably from like they might not be working still at this point. Like I mentioned that in the listing, this is still like a pretty cool, unique thing. I saw a lot of people have this particular like sealed one new for a good amount of money. This sold for $36.55. This was from the person who flips storage units. We usually get all their smaller stuff, but like honestly, we bought like the die cast cars. I'm dealing with the little soldiers right now. I'm like 60-70% done. I just have like these little bits to deal with. I might do like a lot. I have some broken bits I might do in a lot, and then I have like the farm animals, and then I have like terrain pieces. So think like a little fence or like a tent or like a military medical tent or something like that. All right, so that's it for that one. Next up is also a cool thing. I think this was also a repeat buyer. Like honestly, I've been having really good luck. Normally, I don't have this many repeat buyers, but I'm not going to complain. So it's this. Hopefully, you can see it's gonna be a little sci-fi. This was like professionally painted. It's pretty cool. He has like a little helmet on. His face is kind of like crazy face in the future. He has his little pistol, and then he has like a chainsaw arm on the right hand. It almost looks like it is arm. So he's like a cyborg. This is a really cool painted figure. I took good pictures. This sold for 15 just for this figure. I have fun with that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've been getting more into purchasing painted miniatures, and I've been finding it more and then selling them. And they do a lot better because a lot of people don't like to paint. I know how to paint. I take a lot of time. I'm a noob, but yeah, like people go deep in this kind of stuff. But yeah, someone's gonna use that maybe for an RPG, just like the figure. All right, next up is going to be a patch. Patches haven't been doing too well for us recently, but we had a good period where they were doing super well, or maybe it's because I haven't listed any new ones in a while. Dive, BVI, Virgin Gorda, British Virgin Islands right here. Cool little patch for like a jean jacket, a denim jackets, biker jackets. Maybe some kind of person just collects these and puts them in like, I don't know if they put them in binders or whatever they put them in. So yeah, this stuff is pretty cool. Obviously, the better the patch, the better condition, the more unique it is, the more you can usually get because there's gonna be less people that have it. This one sold for $20.25. This was the stuff that we could get like really cheap, almost in a lot of different places. I don't know about it now, and I know some estate sales will look at patches and just randomly put like a high price on them, but these I enjoy. So $20.25. All right, moving along, we have the last thing, which I forgot to ship yesterday. So it's like a shipment overdue, which I was really sad about, but there was no time to pick it up. Faithful of the Slothicius or Kias. I don't know. I don't know which particular, like how to say that. I guess I just can't read it. You can go ahead and take a look at it. This is going to be a Guild Ball team right here. So it's going to be the full-fledged team, all the figures. I got this at auction really cheap. I already mentioned in the last video, but we got, let's see, $50 for this. I put down that I spent 33 cents in auction. So that must have meant I got like 4 or 5 things in a Guild Ball lot really cheap, probably for like $2. And I just divided it between all the stuff, whatever that equals out. So yeah, that was a really good buy. No one was aware of Guild Ball. I know people still like this game. Like this is a full team. Someone can now fully play the game. They can probably look up the rules online, the rule books. Like I sell them occasionally. The Guild Ball rule books are like, I don't know, like 8 to 20, 25. It really depends on like condition or hardcover, soft cover. But yeah, this is really cool that someone can like play a full-fledged miniature game. I think this was like MSRP, probably like depending on what year, because they increased their prices at some point, but like 75 or $80. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal for this person. All right, that's everything. Oh, actually, not everything. Everything for our eBay. And then Annetta told me there was a Bonanza sale and a Mercari sale. So I don't know which one of these two were Bonanza. And I don't know which one of them were Mercari. Actually, okay. I remember now that I'm talking about it out loud. So Mercari was a lot of 30 hero clicks. These are commons, uncommons, no rares, no cards. Doesn't matter. Someone might play this game. They might just use them for an RPG. I think she said we got 14 or 15, but I'm just taking a guess. She said we got more than we usually do on eBay for that. And then Chiquita, I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is a really cool like a truck that we got from the person that flips storage units with diecast cars that we ended up getting. Yeah, it says like bananas, vegetables, really cool like train. I'm not a train person, but this one looked pretty cool. This ended up selling for I want to say like $8 to $12, so nothing too crazy. But all those cars have been like adding up. So yeah. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at the shop down below. And I hope everyone's having like a good week so far.